My goal is to prove that you can ride the entire world by motorcycle, taking on each country leg by leg, aiming to store my bike in different locations while needing to fly home, work a full-time job, and of course look after my amazing family. This is my dream, this is my goal, this is my adventure, so let's go. Hello and welcome back to the channel. You join me on day 4 of leg 4 of riding the world by motorcycle. Now we're currently riding from obviously the north of Portugal to the south using the most famous road, the N2. I've currently covered over half of the N2. I need to be in Faro, what's the end of the N2, what's the south part obviously of Portugal, by tomorrow. Ideally just after lunchtime because I need to put my Ashworth, my Honda Monkey cycle, country sucking beast, into storage. So today is going to be hopefully around a 230 kilometre ride, and then it will give a sort of good stead for the final day to get there and sort of get the bike sorted, get the tyre ordered and all the stuff I need to do to get the bike ready for the next leg after that. So let's get on the road, let's get the miles down, but let's see what happens, because this N2 continues and continues to change from mountains to kind of like into towns to kind of like open big main roads back into twisted. It's just full of every single thing that you're after.
This adventure is supported by Ashworth Automotive in Weston-super-Mare, the #1 garage keeping you and Helmet Head on the road.
Well, last night when we actually pulled up, we found a fellow biker, and I thought they were British, well they are British, but I'll let you introduce yourself first.
Right, it's Rob Chapman, just on a little trip out from Gibraltar. I've lived over there for 33 years and yeah, just fancied a little bit of a trip and bumped into Alan and Paul.
Now, the good bit for me was because he actually lives in Gibraltar, and obviously that's the next leg, is where I'll be getting to. It's been me asking you questions all night about Gibraltar. He's been to Africa the way that I'm going. So loads of questions about money, currency, how I get there, what documents I need. I've pretty much...
It's funny you mention about the money, because I haven't told you my fee, have I?
No.
For the information.
I would say I bought you a beer, but you bought me a beer.
I'm sure you bought me one back.
Hopefully I did. Right, our plan, like I said, is to hit the road, do as much of the N2 as possible. Rob's going to join us for a bit until he gets bored of doing about 50 miles an hour, because he's obviously on the big Honda. But we're all going to have a bit of a laugh. So back to the same thing, I'll put a pin in the map. I'm just going to keep looking at it and follow the N2 as much as possible and see what we find. Well, we're off. Now, obviously, I've just put, I want to do this distance in the sat nav, and obviously it's not taking us down the N2, so we've got to find a way back to the N2. But Rob's already put a load of waypoints in his Google map, so he stays on the N2, so he's going to lead us there. So we're on a good start. We're going to find our way with even what looks like, it was a nice last night, it was a nice place to come and sort of check out. We went for a nice little meal in one of the restaurants. I had wild boar kind of steaks because I'm a lord, and actually Paul did as well, because now his titles are rising as we're around sort of going out and stuff. He's noticing all the people coming up to us and giving us bottles of wine and lots of nice things. So we had a pleasant evening. But today should be interesting because, like I said, I've put where I'd like to get to, but we've got to follow obviously the N2 because that's what we're doing. So I've got a feeling we might end up having to put on a few more kilometres by the end of it. But yesterday gave us some interesting roads. So the further we will sort of get down south, the further we get towards Faro, will be more interesting to see how the train continues to change throughout today. But of always, sort of the same thing, we need to hack down some miles now, and I will switch the camera on as soon as we get something a little bit more exciting. Other than that massive building there with someone fighting, is that a person fighting a clock? It looks like it, with a love heart. I have a bandage. That's a bit special. Anyway, I'll see you in a minute. Well, we are on the N2 and it's very straight roads at the minute. It's like the whole sort of landscape has massively changed. It's all very flat, open. We've passed quite a few airfields, etc. What's fine, it's about doing the miles, what's quite nice, but obviously I'm missing the mountains a little bit already. But we're doing our first fuel stop of the day now. It's the most I've put in so far in fuel costs, €7, and I've been lucky to squeeze in 5, but today €7. So maybe the prices are going up the further you get nearer to Faro, and obviously the further south that I'm like getting. But Ashworth, of course, is performing fantastic. I did check the oil this morning. I could probably do giving the chain a little bit of a lube, so I might do that in a second. but it's all going well. Hopefully we'll come across something worth stopping to see, because like I said, it's very open at the minute and just open fields, but I'm sure we'll find something epic. Well, we're coming up to quite a moment, because on the side of the road we have these little white sort of markers, and they count you down in kilometres to do with riding through the route, and we're about to get to number 500. That's 500 kilometres we've covered since we set off on the N2. Obviously we saw further because we had to come down to find that in the first place, but on the N2 route we're about to hit the 500 kilometre mark, and here there's the one just there. That's it, the 500 kilometre one. We just did it. That's cool. That's a little bit of a moment to see that 500, and obviously that was more of a marble one where all there was a little white stone, so they've made a feature of that. And I should have stopped and kissed it and cuddled it, but we've still got some kilometres to do. But that was quite special. Right then, more miles, more speed. The roads are nice, it's just fast, long, sweeping, you know, long main roady roads. But we are hacking down some good miles now. What means our day could potentially change, because if we can hack down the kilometres that I want to hack down, we could potentially just keep going and see where we end up today. Who knows what it's going to bring. But we're all chilled. The temperature now, it's supposed to be like 22, 23 degrees, but because the sun's being blocked by all the cloud, it's quite a nice cool ride. So it's not uncomfortable or anything in any way, but these look long sweeping bends with straights. 501. Right, more kilometres, here we go. Well, as we're riding along, we've come across these beautiful open flats, but they've got all these fences along it, and all that's going through my head is I'm not going to see an elephant or a tiger come running across, or loads of zebras or something. And it's kind of, I keep looking for it. Let alone I know probably somewhere some cows, that'll do. There's some cows. Clearly it's some kind of preserve, because the way it's done, it looks fantastic. But there is no elephants. We're in the Algarve. It's like, you know what I mean. Anyway, let's keep going while I keep looking for animals that don't exist in this weird forestry bit. Well, we just stopped for a coffee. Rob, bless him, would not let us buy a drink, so he bought us a coffee each, and then he sort of headed off on his adventure. Really cool. It's nice when you're on the road, you just meet so many different people, and obviously he's offered to help me out in Gibraltar, and he's given me his mobile phone number and everything else, so hopefully we'll get to see him in the future. Now we're still heading down the N2, and as you can see, all the roads are really straight, and we are just hammering the miles, so we'll get to our destination that would have took us until sort of 6-7 o'clock the last few days. We're actually going to be doing further in kilometres and get there for about 2 o'clock, what would be the normal time we book our hotel. Well, it gives us that opportunity to go and explore and find something a little bit different. So as we always do, let's just keep hammering down these miles. Let's get these straight roads out of the way. Let's find something epic. Well, all we've done is literally straight road after straight road after straight road, and it's like I'm guessing that's to do with wine or whatever it's to do with, or pine or whatever, but we've got a lot of that kind of stuff on the sides. And what I'll say is that it's not boring, it's beautiful, but it's not exciting. And obviously I was told that this is the Route 66 of like Portugal, the N2, and I would have said in the beginning, oh, it's not. It's sort of twisty, mountainy, kind of fun going roads. But this last part of the N2 that we're doing is literally straight road after straight road after straight road. And also the other thing is, we've not passed a petrol station in ages. Paul's down to 2 bars, I'm down to 3 bars, and we're hoping that we're going to pass a petrol station in soon. But either way, because I can't make this at the moment epic, and I'm worried that we're just going to get to where we want to get to and stop for the night, and all you'll see is straight roads and straight roads. I thought we'd make the most cinematic, sexy riding scene that we possibly can to give you some kind of viewing pleasure, because everybody out there wants to see a lord and another fat dude doing sexiness. So let's do it.
Center of attention, they all want some. I'm like fire, hot as the sun. The dance floor is burning, call 911. Hands on my I'm loving the heat, but it won't come easy. Nothing's for free. If you want me, then prove it, baby. Ooh, I just wanna party all night long. Ooh, I do it all for fun. Don't need your love. I'm a sinner. Left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner. Left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner. I'm so sorry if I've let you down, but I'm so high that I can't calm down. Sweat on my body, hands to the sky. Ooh, I just wanna party all night long. Ooh, I do it all for fun. Don't need your love. I'm a sinner. Left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner. Left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner.
Well, I am sure you'll agree that with that ultimate sexiness of what you've just seen, of two men showing off their six packs, muscles and pure gorgeousness, what we also did to pull over just to take a break because we were sweating so much like men oiled up, that we decided to book an actual hotel. And we've booked not any hotel, because this really is the last kind of proper ride of the N2 as such, like this trip, because tomorrow we're going to sort of aim to get to the Honda dealer to drop off Ashworth kind of like just after lunch, and obviously pack all my stuff away and head to the airport, etc. So I have to make sure we've got plenty of time to sort any problems out. But we've booked somewhere quite nice where we could potentially do some skinny dipping to even improve this sexiness if the pool's open and it's not too busy and there's no little ones around. That means that we can't possibly do that. So anyway, we've got only really 55 kilometres to go till the hotel that we've booked, that looks proper posh, proper holiday-ish. The sort of downside to it is though, we can't check in until 4 o'clock, and we're probably going to arrive there before 3 o'clock. And we need fuel, so we're going to find hopefully one of these little roadside cafes to grab some fuel, be able to enjoy a non-alcoholic beer and just chill out. What I will say is that the N2 is probably a little bit least exciting, as I said before, on this side of it. Definitely up north it's well exciting. This side it's beautiful, but it's just fast. So if you want to go fast paced, bomb, this would be the way to do it, because obviously the rest of it's quite twisty and slow. And that's pretty much it. Anyway, a few more miles, find some fuel, find a nice non-alcoholic beer, and just chill in this beautiful sunny Portugal.
Well, we've pulled over for a cheeky little espresso at a supermarché and got some cheap fuel in the bikes as well. We've only got 47 kilometres and we're at the hotel, and it will work out that we'll get there just about 15 minutes earlier than check-in, so we'll take a nice stroll ride, so it should all work out. Bike's performing perfectly. Let me show you exactly where we are on the map. So we started obviously right up here in the north of Portugal, and we've come all this way down. Look, we're here currently, and we've only got this short distance to do now left down the N2, what leaves us tomorrow with only really 70 sort of to 80 kilometres to Faro. But I'm looking forward to getting there and just having a proper chilled out day.
Well, here we go then, the final 47 kilometres of today. It's one of those things where you do get a little bit sad towards the end, because you generally don't want to stop. You feel like you've just got going, and you're instantly feeling like I'm about to go home. But I am looking forward to it. I'm always... Hey, you alright? Who's that? So, he obviously recognised me. So, anyway, it's 47, but it's going to be nice, because what we're going to get to do is chill. Here we go. Yeah! yeah, so back to it after I was obviously recognised and given a big thumbs up. Was pretty cool. Right, all literally is just get there and chill. I can't wait for that. Let's bang out now 46 kilometres. Let's get to the rather nice hotel that we've booked for the last proper night of this adventure for us. It's emotional to get to this point. I know I've still got tomorrow and putting the bike away and Faro and the rest of it, but this is the end of like really the full day's worth of riding. But it's cool. I'm going to get there, I'm going to chill out, I'm going to jump in that pool. I haven't brought any swimmers with me, but it'll all be worth it. Right, a few miles, let's go.
Well, we have arrived at our hotel, what's, like I said, more like a holiday kind of place you'd take the family and everything else. I'm going to give you a little quick tour of the room. This has cost us 50 great British pounds to stay here for just one night, including breakfast. And then we'll have a little bit more fun because there's obviously something I've got to do. So for £50 you get dogs barking in the background, double bed. It's like its own little like weird chalet thing, somewhere to edit, a massive telly that nobody watches, and a Samsung telly that nobody watches. A fridge with no beer, that's disappointing, but it's nice, isn't it? And then like obviously a modern bathroom with everything that you possibly need, including a shower and toilet. There's nowhere to, again, no fountain for getting your water in the night. Most sexiest lord in the entire world. And everything, again, modern stuff that you need. It's very small, very, very, very small, but everything that you possibly need. Well, the thing is, obviously being a holiday place, there's a pool. And I did promise you a man in a Mankini. And I've searched high and low for my Mankini, and I couldn't find one. So, of course, I've only got my normal going out shorts that don't fit me properly, that are falling down as I speak, so I need to pull them up. But there's a pool, so it'd be wrong not just to jump in the pool in my normal shorts with nothing. I've even nabbed a towel from the hotel that apparently is supposed to pay €5 for, but anyway, it's gonna happen, innit? Gotta jump in. Well, I am sure that you would agree that that was the most gorgeous, sexiest underwater scene that you've ever experienced. Now, please do not try that at home, because I am a trained stuntman. I've been in amazing films, so please don't do it yourself. But do you know what? I was getting a little bit low earlier, because obviously we've only got tomorrow, what's really kind of the day that we get to Faro and put the bike into storage and all that. And it's one of those things that I don't want it to end. I never want it to end, but it's got to. So tomorrow we're going to do that. It's all good. It's not finished yet. But right now is that time I go and get a beer, go and chill out and switch the cameras off. I just want to say, as always, thank you so much for all the support and everyone, all the nice comments and everything else. And all, obviously, hello to all the new people that just hit that subscribe button. You're awesome. And I'll see you tomorrow for that final ride. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye for now.